it sounded like covers like moving. As well, like, you know what I mean? I was like, I thought I was waking her up. So like I like stopped, like I paused and stopped. And then like I didn't hear anything. And then like I picked the cover up because it was under my comforter, and I was feeling it, and I found my phone. Like I remember grabbing my phone, and it seemed like just as soon as I grabbed my phone, like I just heard not like that, but like just like a thud. And then she started crying. So I get up off the bed, and she's laying right there, like right there, like on her back. She was laying on her back. I remember that. And I pick her up real quick, and I sit right here on the edge of the bed with her. I'm just sitting there holding her. And she just like for 10, 15 seconds, like she just cried like a normal kid. You know, like a normal kid falls or she just cried.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at it right in her face, and like she was hurt, but like I didn't think, she hit her, I just feel like she fell and hit her head. I didn't know what had happened.
Okay.
And it seemed like maybe she cried for maybe 10, 15 seconds. And then like I was just sitting there like kind of holding her, just kind of doing that, just consoling her, And then like she got kind of like she just quit crying all of a sudden. Like she just stopped crying. And her eyes were like just her eyes got like real lazy, like all of a sudden. And I thought for like a split second she was going back to sleep. But then I was like, I got looking at her. I was like, no, it ain't hitting me like she's going unconscious. It ain't hitting me yet.
Right.
And this is all then, from the time I picked her up to the time I get up off the bed with her, taking her to Brooke, maybe 30 seconds.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like she went from screaming to she's in my arms crying to like she quit crying, and like she just got quiet. Like she just was just, all of a sudden, I noticed her eyes was like getting real, and then I seen like her eyes were like kind of going back of her head. And,
now, with that, with that, did you turn the light on in the room to be able to see her eyes?
No, because
how could you see her eyes like you?
She was like right, I had her like right in front of me.
Your face.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I could see her like her eyes. So I had her like just right here.
Okay.
And I was holding her up. I was talking to her and like, that's okay. I was kind of just, not rocking her, but just kind of, I don't know, just trying to console her is what I was doing.
I got you.
And I could see her eyes getting real lazy. And then I just remember seeing like her all white, like it's like her eyes just rolled.
I got you.
And then when I seen that, I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, something's wrong. And then like when I stood up with her, like her arm was like right here. It's like she's in my arm just like this, and her left arm like just flopped, and it was like jello.
Gotcha.
And I knew then like something's not right.
Okay.
And I got her to Brooke, which is like a
just
25, 30 feet maybe.
Gotcha.
Just around the corner. I opened the door. I was not panicking, but I was.
Was Brooke out of the shower?
No, she was still in the shower.
She was still in the shower. Okay. So when you tell her something's wrong with Rose,
I went in there. I was like, bro, it's like something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with her. I said, bro, like she's unconscious.
Yeah.
And she's like, like she looked at her. She screams like, Brandon, she's not breathing. I was like, bro, I don't know. What do we do? She's a nurse. So, and it's her mother, like,
Right.
I'm getting her to her, and also I'm thinking, like, what do we do? Like,
yeah.
So she got out, and she started doing CPR on her, and I got on the phone, and I called 911, told me the ambulance, I told them the situation, I just told them,
Now, when you called 911, did they send you to Jones County or Smith County? Do you remember? Do you remember if it was a guy or a girl?
A woman. Okay. Pretty sure. The first time I called it was a woman.
Okay.
I'm almost certain.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I told them the situation.
Yeah.
And all they kept telling me was, sir, you gotta calm down. I told them my address like 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, and Brooks over there in the bathroom saying, Brandon, she's not breathing. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I need to stay on the phone or we just need to get in the car and go. You know what I mean? That's like, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And, they tell me on the way, and it didn't really hit me whatever, I'm not really thinking what happened to her. All I'm thinking is she's unconscious, and I remember I heard her hit something, if she had to. That's what's going through my mind, she had to hit something. the nightstand. That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
And so, and they tell me.
So you saying Rosalee was laying, okay, so when you or Brooke put her down to sleep,
Brooke
you put her on her stomach or her back or her side?
Her back.
So she's laying on her back, okay, bottle in her mouth. Now can she hold her bottle or do you have to prop it?
We prop it, but she
can
won't
count
hold
on.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So you say you noticed that she had the bottle had kind of fell beside her, so you know she's done with her bottle. Okay. And you go in, and so did you ever go in the bathroom with Brooke and ask Brooke where your phone was? Or did you just go in and look for it?
I can't remember if I asked her, like, you see my phone? Cause like everything happened after that, it was just so like, I wanna say I might have asked her, like, have you seen my phone? But I don't know for sure if I did.
Alright.
But somehow like I remember that I was on the bed with her, we were getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
And I had to lay right. Yes.
I got you. So, when you lay Rosalee down on the pad, on the pallet, if you call it, was this on top of her?
One blanket would be, like we would wrap her, one blanket would be like on her, we would wrap her legs, but she'd always kick her legs. And we would use the white blanket to like prop her bottom, like on the side of her. Okay. So really only one blanket's on her.
Okay, so if we looking like this, so this pillow was here, she was laying in between.
She's right in between both pillows.
And that pillow was there the same way?
But they were together when we first put her down.
Okay, so these two pillows were side by side?
Yeah, like meeting like this. And she liked to.
Oh, okay, okay, so this was closer to here?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So was her head on any of these pillows?
Yeah, like her head is she likes to stay in between them. Yeah.
I got you. Okay, where was this pillow?
That pillow, like probably, she didn't lay on that pillow or nothing. It's just an extra pillow.
Just an extra pillow?
Yeah, well, I used to put it like over here.
Okay.
Like on the kind of, just like she
like
can't
a
crawl.
barrier?
Yes.
I got you. So has she ever crawled or rolled anywhere around here?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why that's why I started putting that pillow. I got it from my couch and living room.
I got you.
And I used to put it right here. And we'd have a pillow obviously there, because she can't get on the bed. Because one night she was almost at the door. One night, she was almost under the bed.
What is she? Is that her rolling?
Yeah, she can kind of crawl. So much crawl. She can kind of crawl.
Yeah.
But she can definitely roll.
She can roll.
She has started crawling a little bit.
Okay.
Like the past month, she really started trying to crawl more, but she can definitely roll.
So it's clear to say she was not on the bed when y'all laid her down. She was on the pallet.
Correct.
Okay. So you say you come in, you come here, you feel around, you get on your bed, you find your phone, you're here.
Before I found yeah, right. Like it seemed like I grabbed my phone and I was just fixing to like turn and put my foot on the ground and get off the bed. And like right before, like it seemed like almost simultaneously, like I was about to turn, like I heard it.
Gotcha.
And then like she just started crying. And like I'm looking right at her and she's on her back. And I get over there and I just pick her up real easy and she's just crying. Like she's completely conscious. Her eyes, like she's just crying.
So has there ever been a time when you have seen, well, if she's laying her on her back, she's 6 months old, she doesn't have a whole lot of strength or anything, how could she hit her head?
How could she hit her head?
Yeah, how could she have hit, I don't know if I got one close, the dresser?
What I think is that when I came in, she either heard me or saw me, and she like raised up. She can pick herself up, she just can't hold it.
Now, laying from her back,
Laying
she can
from her
pick her?
back, yeah.
Now, is it this way or rolling?
Well, she would kind of roll to her side,
Okay.
and then like, she could
Okay.
get up.
Okay.
Yes. Like we were playing before and stuff, like typically she would roll over and then get up.
Well, help me figure out something, okay?
Okay.
Because you were the last one with me. All right. How can we go from sweet Rosalee to this? How do we go from there?
I've thought about it,
How does that happen? Because if you go in the bedroom, just like you said, around here, you get your phone, before you actually get your phone, you hear a noise.
Yes, ma'am.
How could she have, she's only 6 months,
Right.
bump her head that hard to have a traumatic brain injury? How does that happen? I'm asking you, because you were the last one with her.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just as, you know, confused and as to why and how.
Right.
I mean, like it drives me crazy too, you know, like just how does this happen?
How does it happen?
Right.
And that's the question that we're asking, because, and I'm not accusing anybody,
yes, ma'am.
but we all want
Yeah.
an answer.
Right.
And you know, the question is, the answer is with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Brooke being in the shower,
Mm-hmm.
and Rosalee down for her bottle,
Right.
she takes her bottle, and then you go back in, you hear a noise. Cause I think you referred to it as like a thud or
Yeah.
thump
I mean, it's
or
just like
something.
a, you know, like you just hear
But what would she have hit? That's the question.
the nightstand. I mean, it has to be.
But how?
Or, I mean, I guess it's possible she could have just fell back and hit the hardwood flooring. I'm assuming.
Well, if I recall, and you recall, cause when I come out to your house, your padding's all the way up to that.
Yeah.
To that,
Right.
cause see, when I first heard, you know, child hit the floor or dresser,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I'm thinking, the corner.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what normally happens if a child rolls off of a bed, because that's what I was asking, was the child on the bed?
Right. No, she was.
She was not on the
No,
bed. Okay. So, how do we go from sweet Rosalee to having blunt force trauma of the head, causing her death, brain swelling? How do we go from there? From this to this within a matter of, you say y'all got home about 9 or 9:30
Yeah.
to her being in the hospital like this? How do we go there?
Miss Tonya, I don't know. I mean, medically, I don't know.
Because medically,
Oh, yeah.
Rosalee didn't do this to herself.
No.
Medically.
No. Right.
So Brandon,
I mean, I get how it, I get how it looks.
did you hurt Rosalee?
No, absolutely not. Never.
Did you
Oh,
shake
yeah.
Rosalee? Did she get on your nerves so bad that you told her to
No.
shut up?
No, never.
Because I remember that night you told me she whines a lot, she cries a lot, she wants her mom.
She had been whining like the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
It seemed like, and I'm not trying to blame nobody. Don't. Like,
I want you to tell me the
I'm
truth.
not trying to take a scapegoat or anything.
Okay.
But me and Brooke had acknowledged and talked about. It seemed like after the daycare incident,
Mm-hmm.
more time went on, she became more. She was definitely more cleanly to Brooke. Like she wanted her to hold her just all the time. And she wasn't really like that before.
So that goes back to what you said earlier, possibly with the CT scan, but you said that they told her to keep her up for 24 hours. Okay.
That's what she told me.
That's what Brooke told you?
Yes.
Okay. Did Rosalee get on your nerves so bad that you shook her to tell her to hush?
No.
What about Brooke? Do you think Brooke will hurt her baby?
No.
Was Brooke in the shower?
Yeah.
Or did Brooke come in there and tell Rosalee to hush?
No. Brooke was in the shop.
How do we get from here to here?
I mean,
We gotta figure it out.
I don't know.
Because now we're.
I mean, I think it's the craziest, I mean, I never thought in a million years when we went to UMC that like in 2 days I never in a million years thought that.
So what did you, and speaking of that, when you got to the hospital, to South Central, what did you think was wrong?
I mean, I didn't know. I had no idea. All I knew was she was unconscious.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
know. I knew that, she had, I had thought that they told her she had a concussion from the daycare thing, from what Brooke had told me. So all I was thinking about was, she just recently got hurt at daycare. Now I didn't know if it was something that could be possibly correlated together, or I didn't know.
I got you.
All I knew was she was unconscious. Like she went unconscious.
So when the doctor came in, you remember when I got to the hospital?
Mhm.
Okay. And you remember when the doctor came in and spoke to Brooke?
Yes.
And she said that she was concerned about a head injury. What did you start thinking? Because I saw your expression. I mean, you were kind of like, what were your thoughts?
I mean, my number one thought was, I hope she's gonna be okay.
Gotcha.
My second thought was, I mean, the number one thing I thought was she had to fall back and hit her head on the nightstand.
On the nightstand.
And that's the number one thing I thought. Because like I said, I mean, I heard it. Like, you know, when you hear something, you know it happened, but I didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
Because I'm over here, you know, that's the number one thing I thought was she had to hit the nightstand.
But she would have had to physically, as you and I, pick herself up this way and go wham.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if I did that,
Right.
you know, it would take a lot of force.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have that.
I don't know how she hit him. I mean, that's why I'm confused.
So you're thinking that she had to hit right here somewhere.
On the bottom of the nightstand.
On the corner, maybe. At the bottom?
Well, at the bottom,
Where it kind of goes curved around, maybe?
And it's out more than it is.
Kind of.
Yes.
A little bit here.
You see how it's kind of extended? You know what I'm saying?
But the problem with that is, there was no markings on her head. There was no. First thing I thought was a baby falling, rolling, hitting that. There's gonna be a gash.
Right.
That's my thoughts, and I'm not a medical professional at all. But to find out that there's no markings on Rosalee's head, no indentions or anything like that, that's what the problem is. And you can see here, I took a closer picture of. She would have literally had to jump up, run, and bam herself like that to have blunt force trauma of the head.
So she has, what do they call it, blunt force trauma? So if she has blunt force trauma of her head, how's she not, is there any markings on her?
There's no markings there.
No
Have you ever heard
bruises?
of shaken baby syndrome?
I have, since all this is.
Shaken, okay.
Yeah.
So you never heard of it before? Okay, and I think it was described, I don't know if you was Brooke, of like an egg. You know, you eat eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have an egg in here, you know if you have an egg, what's inside? The yolk,
Yeah.
right? Just like a baby's brain. So, that's what I'm asking.
No.
Did she aggravate you so much, you were tired and you said, just hush?
No, man, absolutely never. I would never, not just that, like, just shaking her. Like, I don't know that I'd never shake her. I mean, I would never physically ever hurt anybody's child, but especially not her.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially not her.
Did you love Rosalee?
I did, yes, I did. Like, I really, you know, I mean, I planned on.
Did you see a future with it?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I mean, I definitely, I mean, if me and her mother would get married, I would, you know, I would raise her.
Yeah, because it's a package.
Right. Yeah, it's a package deal. That's what she told me. So we're a package deal.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you. I did.
So we.
Like, and it kills me that, you know, I mean, I know you know, I mean, you deal with this stuff all the time. Whether somebody's guilty or not guilty, there's people who are going to, public opinions going on. You know, they're going to do what they want to do.
Every day.
And like, that's the hardest thing. I mean, the hardest thing for me is that she's not here no more.
Right.
The hardest thing now that she's gone is that people think the reason why she's not here no more is because of me.
Yeah.
You know, that, even though I know I didn't hurt her, like, that kills me. You know what I mean? Like, like, I did, I loved her, man. We did everything together. Like, every time we go out to eat, you can ask anybody, it's every single time in public. I'm always carrying her in her car seat.
Yeah.
And Brooks Roberts, like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't, like, I understand that it looks crazy, like this is a freakish thing, like, no, you know, I get that. Like your job, I can get how y'all would say, okay, well, he has to be the primary, you know, because he was the last one with her, you know, how did this happen? But that's like, I don't understand either.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a doctor, I don't understand either.
Okay. Let me do one thing, let me step out for a minute, okay? And I'll be.
You know when the autopsy could be coming back?
Oh, that might be a while.
Really?
The state is so backed up on things like that, so.
Okay.
But as soon as we find out, we're gonna let the family know.
Yeah. But you don't have any idea, like.
I'll be right back, okay?
All right.